I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it back to the truck or not. Maybe the shortcut wasn't a good idea. My back motor just stopped. This thing is done. I'm done. All right, we just started our trip. Just left Open Pond. We're gonna see just how many miles we can get before this thing is dead. That's the goal anyways. We're gonna see just how far this joker will go. Hopefully we'll see some sights and sounds too. So I'm tracking my ride. Obviously I've got my trip meter going, and then I've also got Onyx going on a secondary phone here. So we're gonna track it. So this is Ditch Pond here. Talk about the test that I'm doing on this bike. So I chose to come out here because it does seem like a mix of terrain out here. Definitely some off-road, but that's what we're doing. There's going to be some roads, paved road, some hills, different terrain and stuff like that, downhills, uphills, that kind of stuff. Oh shit. Oof. That's why you need to look at shit. I've done a test on it on paved road already. I'm a pretty big guy. I'm pushing like 285. So that's obviously gonna play a big factor in this. Carrying my pack that's got, 2 liters of water in it. I've got some snacks, I've got my hammock, I've got my camera gear, all that stuff. So it's gonna take a toll. I'm really trying to stay out of dual motor, really trying to stay in the single motor, especially on these easy roads here, just to conserve some power. This bike also has a throttle. About the only time I use the throttle is when I'm starting off from a dead stop, to give me that extra oomph. In the city, riding on sidewalks and crossing streets, I definitely use the throttle during those times when you're crossing the street and you have the crosswalk lights. But I'm staying in pedal assist 2, not really using the throttle at all. I would say 99% of the time it's all pedal assist. Okay. Well, my back motor just stopped. My display's still on. I think it's overheating. I was just going up a gravel hill back there. So I might have to, I should have probably went to dual motor. So we'll see if yeah, it's back on already. So, okay. And it's back off. Let's see if I switch to dual. Dual seems to, we'll see. I guarantee that's probably what it was, just a little bit too much on that back motor. So the back motor, it must be hot. And the bad thing about it is we have this. We're currently headed back to the main parking area, probably about 2 miles away. I think what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get up here, we're gonna let it cool down a little bit, grab a snack, maybe hang in the hammock a little bit, because it is like the very hottest part of the day. So we're definitely starting to get close to that first block being gone on the battery. We're 14 miles in. I notice whenever I pedal a lot, use that pedal assist, that first block goes away but then comes back. We'll keep an eye on it and see what unfolds. All right, first block is completely off, 16.2 miles. So I just got up that hill that turned my motor off last time. I went in it this time with dual motor. No problem at all. I did notice that, I guess because it was using more power, the battery gauge did go down to 2 blocks, but immediately shot back up. It's still at 4 for right now. We're about to be back on the paved highway and headed back to the parking area. And then we're gonna take a break. For sure this time, we're gonna take a break. We're right there. We're probably gonna come around here. Boy, there's mosquitoes. And then if we can take that little trail right there, we might do that. I will say the majority of this paved road is definitely uphill. There was one section where you first get on back there, where I first got on from the trail, and it went downhill to a creek. But ever since then, it's just uphill. So definitely working this bike out for sure. Here's my road I'm gonna turn into, I think. This is supposed to be a little shortcut, but man, it's bumpy as shit. All the rain has washed this pine straw into little riffles on this trail here. Man. Maybe the shortcut wasn't a good idea, but you know, it's all about exploring. It's all about adventure. You don't know until you go. There's some soft sand there. All right, here we go. Back on paved road. This is actually kind of where I thought we would be at. Roughly 20 miles, about half battery. That might pop up back to the 4 bar. I'm not sure. We just used a lot of power coming up that hill back there on the road. just enjoyed a little hang in the hammock, and one thing I noticed when I was getting out on the ground was this right here. So this is pine resin, and if it's wet, rainy, moist, humid, whatever outside, and you can't get a fire to start, this stuff right here is your friend. It takes a little bit to get this going, but once it gets going, you will have a fire in no time. I don't need it, so I'm just gonna set it by this tree, which is probably where it came from. See if anybody else needs it. All right, on the road again. We are at 20.2 miles. Tracker has a little bit of variance, 19.76. I know that that little block there, the fourth block, is gonna easily disappear as soon as we get going. Back on the bike, see if we can get to 40 before this thing shuts off. Definitely starting to get a little bit of battery anxiety as I go back into the wood area, leaving the parking lot. Down to 3 bars, has been going down to 2 as I go up some hills. So, you know, it's like a 6-mile loop that I've been doing around there. So, you know, we'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy. That's one reason why I'm doing this, is to see just how far I can go under these circumstances. You know, it's as controlled as it can get. You know, I'm not that far from the truck. If my bike does run out of juice, you know, it's manageable. I can either stash the bike because there's nobody out on these trails. I can stash the bike and drive to it, or, you know, I can walk it back. Either way. But the whole purpose of this is to figure out just how far I can go. The anxiety comes in with the going up the hill portion on the road. That's the question in my mind right now. So we'll see. I'm not going to let it ruin my time right now, though. I'm having a blast. This is great. All right, this is the long sloping hill that we got to climb. We're showing 1 bar. It's because we're using some juice with these dual motors. It should, once we get to the top, go back up to 2 bars. We're at 24.5 miles right now. And we've actually gone through quite a bit of uphill stuff. You know, these trails, these off-road trails like this, they're fun. They're fun. They take some energy. It's not like you're driving on a flat road. That's for sure. All right, coming up to the highway, battery is back up to 3. It's good. This is the first little hill that we get to go down. Well, the only hill we get to go down, really. Then it's all uphill. All right, so it just went down, coming up these hills, these little hills. I'm in pedal assist 5 just to keep the momentum going. With dual motor, showing blinking. Still got a little bit of battery left. It's been flashing as I pedal it, so I've switched up to pedal assist 5, and I have been using some throttle. I feel like the pedal assist is basically the same thing as the throttle because it's ghost pedaling. You're not really using your energy. I feel like the only time you're going to use your energy is if you slam this sucker down to pedal assist 0 and you're going 5 miles an hour basically. We're going to stay by this area around the truck, that way whenever the battery does give out, I won't have to push it that far, and we can still keep the test going. We just came up a hill back there, and it bogged down pretty bad. Even had like a warning sign come on the display for a brief second on the bottom right hand corner. So like a red triangle with an exclamation mark. The battery is flashing constantly now, so we're getting close. We're at 32.7. This is actually pretty good for a lot of trail riding, a lot of bumps, a lot of uphill. There was a lot of uphill out here today. Definitely having to pedal a little bit more. There's definitely hardly any assist with it now. All right, there's the truck. We're gonna see if we can go around one more time. There's a little bit of assist there, but buddy, it ain't much. So we're gonna try. What a day. What a day. We're gonna make it back to the truck one way or another. I just clicked out of pedal assist, so I'm at 0 right now and went down to gear 4. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. This thing is done. I'm done with this. Oh my God, I'm going 6 miles an hour. It's excruciating here. Literally 34.7. She's done. There's the truck. Perfect. So we got, at the end of the day, we got 34.7 miles doing some pretty hilly trail riding out in Conecuh Forest. Now, granted, I'm 280 pounds, so keep that in mind. Also, I had a full backpack. I had way more packed than what I would be carrying if I was hiking. So, considering all of that, I'd say it did quite well. I appreciate you guys watching. If this helped you in any way, shape, or form, please like, subscribe, give us a chance. We're growing here. So, yeah. Hope you stay tuned. We've got a lot of cool things planned for the future. So we'll see you on the next one. Let's load this joker up. Let's go.